Developing tonight, a legal victory for Team Trump in the Stormy Daniels saga. Today, a federal judge rejecting a motion from Daniels' lawyers to depose both President Trump and his lawyer, Michael Cohen, over the $130,000 non-disclosure agreement about the alleged affair. But Trump's legal woes may not be over. Here now, Jonathan Turley, constitutional law attorney and George Washington University law professor. Jonathan, thank you for coming on tonight. So can this be seen as a win for the president at this point?
This is a skirmish. It shouldn't be taken as too much of a weighty change in the case. The problem with this litigation is it began with a truly horrifically drafted agreement by Michael Cohen. And it was really filled with flaws that Daniels' attorney has succeeded in attacking. The problem that I have is I often tell my students that you don't litigate because you can. You have to constantly ask yourself, what am I trying to achieve now for my client and going forward? I don't see any intelligent design behind the president's counsel in pursuing this matter. I mean, the legal and political costs for President Trump will only rise. The story's out. Now, Mr. Cohen says that he wants to get $20 million and go on a vacation with it, but that's not a strategy, and it's certainly not putting President Trump's interest ahead of his own.
So what does that say about the legal team that he has around him right now, Jonathan?
Well, I think you can pretty much pick up how I view that. Mr. Cohen is really punching above his weight class against Michael Avenatti. I admit he's my former research assistant, but I got to tell you, the only thing those two have in common is their first name. I mean, Avenatti has done a remarkable job in going from the defense to the offense. But ultimately, Mr. Cohen's agreement is going to have a hard time standing up because Mr. Cohen's attorney, Mr. Swartz, said last night that the president was never aware of the final details of the agreement or even possibly the agreement as a whole. That's going to create serious problems because that would make it sound like he's not a party to this agreement. The arbitration clause seems to rest in his hands.
And I know you wrote a big piece on this, published on your blog tonight. In that piece, Jonathan, you say Trump faces John Edwards' fate. Can you explain the comparison and where you're suggesting this is heading from here?
Well, this is sort of like Christmas future. It's not necessarily his future, but he's going to have to show a much greater level of discipline over his counsel and his choices in the Daniels case. I've never believed that collusion represented a threat to President Trump. This can. And people should not underestimate it. John Edwards was indicted for in-kind campaign finance violations when third parties gave money to his mistress. Now, the problem with what was said by Mr. Swartz last night, when he said that Trump really didn't have any knowledge of this, it makes that $130,000 that Cohen paid out of his own account look like an in-kind campaign contribution. That's what Edwards was indicted for. And it also creates...
But look like and being one are two, I don't have to tell you that, are two completely different things. So
That's right. And I was critical of the Edwards indictment. So your point is a good one. I still have a difficulty with this theory, but it was good enough to pull him into a court of law. The problem for President Trump is that this can metastasize from a civil to a criminal matter. He doesn't want to have that happen. And I have to tell you, he doesn't want that to happen with Michael Cohen as lead counsel.
All right. Point taken. I've only got a few seconds left from here, Jonathan, so I'm sorry to put you under this pinch, but he's your client. What do you do? What are his options right now? Best options?
Drop the litigation. You have nothing in this that is going to improve the situation. You get out of the litigation, and then the rest you can handle. But I don't see any reason why President Trump's counsel would want any part of this.
Jonathan Turley, excellent to get your perspective on that tonight. Thank you.